So this week, as I'm sure everybody knows by now, President Biden challenged Donald Trump to 2 debates, one in June, one in September, outside of the Commission on Presidential Debates. And Donald Trump immediately accepted. He said, let's get ready to rumble. That's literally what he put in his post where he accepted the invitation. So the debates are on, right? Hours, just hours after they agreed to do these debates, Lara Trump, the co-chair of the RNC, runs crying to Sean Hannity on Fox News, claiming that the debates are rigged. The debates that really haven't been set up at all in any way, because everybody just agreed to it a couple hours before she went crying to Sean Hannity, are somehow, some way already rigged against Donald Trump. And by the way, Lara was not the only one on that program arguing that these debates, again, that are not even set up, are already rigged against Donald Trump. Sean Hannity himself also said it. Here's how it went down. Lara Trump said, quote, "He called their bluff. The scales are always tipped against the former president." And then Hannity jumped in and he said, "But this is the thing. They're trying to collude. The media mob and Joe Biden, they dictate all the conditions, all the rules, and Donald Trump gets no say. Sorry, that's not how it's ever worked, and that's not fair. Americans will see right through that. It can't work like that here. It's bad enough he's agreed to go on 2 liberal networks." And then Lara Trump chimed back in and said, "I think you're correct. What Donald Trump has said is that he wants more debates." Okay, that's actually not the point Hannity was making, but okay. And then she continued, "It's rigged so heavily in Joe Biden's favor, but everything always is. You've got Hollywood against Donald Trump. You've got the music industry against Donald Trump, mainstream media. Despite that, and even the judicial system at this point, he is beating Joe Biden in every poll out there. It's amazing to see. So if Joe Biden shows up on June 27th and doesn't come up with an excuse like he has to wash his hair or something, I have full confidence that Donald Trump will outperform him." Even though it's rigged, right? The thing that we really don't have any of the actual, set in stone details yet, totally rigged against him. Hollywood hates him because he's an ass. The music industry doesn't like him because he sucks. He's beating President Biden in every poll. No, he's not. No, he's not. That's simply not true. Now, here's the fun part, of course. These debates are going to happen. President Biden is not the same man he was 4 years ago. He doesn't have as much fire and passion in him because he's gotten older, right? He is a little bit slower. He talks a little bit slower now. He talks a little bit more quietly now. So maybe that's going to hurt Biden. But at the same time, as I've previously mentioned, Trump is also not the same person he was 4 years ago when they first debated. Trump's brain has descended into just mush. The trial, the stress and anxiety from the trial that he's currently sitting through has made his mental problems 1,000 times worse. And by the way, that is actually what the mental health professionals are telling us, the people who are trained to recognize what's going on. So Trump is going to go out there and he's not going to have the benefits of having his friendly conservatives out there to bail him out when he gets in trouble. His good buddies aren't going to be able to cut him off when he starts going on these ridiculous tangents. He's screwed because he's on his own. And that's always been the big problem for Donald Trump. When he doesn't have anybody kind of directing him and telling him what to say, things go haywire. And that's what we can expect from these debates. But it is not rigged against Donald Trump. It is not rigged in favor of President Biden. These are the debates Donald Trump agreed to at any time, any place, under any conditions President Biden wants. So maybe you ought to have a talk with your candidate and tell him hey, think before you speak, because maybe you did just agree to something that you're not ready for. But what's really happening is that just like they are with their election lies, they're setting the stage for when Trump fails. So this way, when Donald Trump goes out on that debate stage on June 27th, if he does a bad job, they've already laid the groundwork to tell his supporters oh, well, he did a bad job because it's rigged against him. We've been telling you that for a month, that it's rigged against him. And see, that's what happened. That's why he didn't win. Because there always has to be an excuse in place ready to go for Donald Trump. In case something goes bad for him, it's not his fault. It's not because he's a piece of crap. it's because it's rigged against him. Whether it's elections rigged against him, even though they weren't, whether it's the judicial system rigged against him, even though it's not, or the debates rigged against him, even though they're not, they put the excuses in place first to lower everybody's expectations about how Trump is going to perform. Hey everybody, I don't know if you've noticed this, but we are closing in on a pretty major milestone here at Fair and Balanced as we approach 500,000 subscribers. But we're not there yet, and we definitely need your support. So if you're not already, please do subscribe to the channel, and don't forget, like and comment on the videos and share them as widely as possible.